Let's take a look at Maya's Align tool. In a scene like this, we've got a bunch of objects and I've just laid them out for sheer chaos. So in programs like Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, Quark Express, InDesign, all of these page layout programs, there's a really familiar tool called the Align tool. And recently, while reading a Maya 6 book, see, it pays sometimes to read the older literature, I guess, they covered the Align tools, the features in that book. And I just want to share some of that. Some of you may already know about these tools, and this might be brand new to some of you. Let's say that we had these 3 spheres, and we wanted them all to be on the ground plane. Well, one way to do that is to select each sphere and move it up, and because all of these spheres are slightly different sizes, you have to do them one by one. Or you can select each sphere, and then an object that's actually on the ground. Once you've done that, you can go Modify, Align Tool, and you get this lovely box with these funky little widgets on them. So at this point, we can see that this pretty much represents the X, this is the Z, and this is the Y. So on the Y-axis, we can shove all of the objects up to the last selected object. This works on the other axes as well. I can line these 3 objects up along the Z. So I'll make it 4, and I'll make them all aligned to this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Modify, Align Tool. Right? Now we're dealing with the X really. So at this point, we can shove them all over to the edge, or we can put them all to the center, or put them on the other edge. See, it's a really cool tool, and there's a lot of options in there. It's really fun to play with. But the tool that really took my breath away was the Snap Together tool. This tool is really great. It has a really nice visual indicator. Let's say I wanted this cube to stick out from the cylinder at a perfect tangential angle. Well, one way is to select it, rotate it into place, and I'll be there for a while just trying to make sure it's perfect. Or I can use the Snap Together tool. At this point, I select my first face right here, and then I can select my second face, maybe this guy right here. I hit enter, and the object is then snapped. There's also an option in here where you can tell it to snap to the polygon face, in which case it's just going to snap to the center of that face. So, pretty good for things like stacking cubes. You can put that cube directly on top of that one, and then this cylinder directly on top of that cube, and then this cylinder sticking out from the side. Really, really nice way to build geometry quickly, and I think it's pretty powerful.